First of all, we have gender laws. Our current gender law is agnatic cognatic. So agnatic cognatic means that males take precedence. So if you have any males in your family, they come higher up the succession list. However, if you have no males, then women can inherit titles. Agnatic is only males, and absolute cognatic is equal opportunity. Although to do that, you have to have the Basque culture. I don't know what the hell the Basque culture is, so be that as it may. So that is in terms of gender. And then in terms of succession, we have gavelkind, which is what we are at the moment, where our eldest child gets the main title, and then our lesser titles are split among the rest of the children. Which is bad, really, for this game, because if you get a load of titles with your main character, and you have this succession law, then your realm could be split upon your death, with your eldest child inheriting less than you had, and you basically have to start again. Seniority is basically the oldest member will inherit all the titles, and our eldest child will greatly disapprove of this law. Primogeniture, which is the standard, I think, where your eldest child inherits all titles. And because it's agnatic cognatic primogeniture, it will be your oldest male child, which will inherit all titles. Of course, my eldest child will love this law, but my other members of the dynasty will slightly disapprove. But who gives them flaming monkeys, flying monkeys here? This is the one I want. And the final one is elective monarchy, which is a little bit complex. But basically what happens is, our legitimate children and my siblings, so if George had any brothers and sisters, they would be up for election, and as well as his children, they would all be eligible to be elected to be the next ruler. And who gets the vote? It would be the ruler, which would be me, and each of the lower rank vassals. So if it was elective in my case here, I would get a vote, and my two vassals, my mayor and my bishop, would get a vote each. And all my children would be up as candidates. But, as already stated, primogeniture is where I'm going to go. So my oldest child will inherit all titles. He will like the law. Some people will disapprove, but as I say, they will live with it. So agnatic cognatic primogeniture, the eldest child inherits all the titles. And women can inherit, but only if there are no eligible males. So, as before, my heir doesn't change. Ambrose Fleming will still take the throne, but will also take all titles now, not just a primary title. So if we look at our, as we can see, something's gone awry here. Something's happening here. Woo-hoo-hoo, excitement in the kingdom. We can see here that a few people have been slightly upset by the succession law change. Minus 20. Minus 20. And if we look to our children, of course Ambrose will like it. But these guys probably won't be too happy. Yeah, primogeniture succession to your children is a minus 20 penalty, so yeah. You can't please everybody. All you can do is entrust your kingdom into good hands, and that's what I hope I'm doing. And as we can see here, unfortunately he's picked up King William the Conqueror's cynical trait, which means he's not going to be the most religious of people, but hey-ho, not a major loss. But he's picking up the martial ability of the king, some good intrigue as well. But diplomacy a little bit lacking, and I do like diplomacy in a leader. It might force me to play a slightly different style if Ambrose comes into power in the future. So, there's a war going on now, it looks like. I don't know what the war is, but it might have something to do with this. England-Scottish de jure war over Cumberland. It looks like to me that England and Scotland are going to war. 1 minute England are helping Scotland out, next minute they are at war with each other. How the tide can turn. And it looks like King William the Conqueror is the starter of the war. So if we take a look at Cumberland then, yes, another crappy faction disbands. People leave the Lower Crown Authority faction. Wow, looks like their factions have fallen flat on their face, to be perfectly blunt with you. Looks like the Crown Authority is going to remain as it is for now. So yes, where's Cumberland anyway? I just take, I think, where is this? Oh, here's Cumberland. Yes, Cumberland is here. I think it's a duchy under the Duchy of Northumberland, which is de jure Duchy of Northumberland is these three lands here. But I think he's just trying to claim Cumberland, just this one land. So who currently? Duke Dolphin of Northumberland is currently in charge, and he holds the Duchy of Northumberland and the County of Cumberland and the County of Northumberland. So he owns these two. But I think that these two lands is actually part of the de jure Kingdom of England. As you can see, de jure wise they are England. So I think that the king has pressed the de jure claim on what is rightfully his, which is this land, and I imagine that this land will follow second. So we're going to have to keep a close eye to see how this goes out, how this plays out. Although, as we can see so far, 4,000 men here, 5,000 men here, and all we can see in Scotland is 2,453 thus far. I think England might not have too much problem taking what is rightfully theirs. Meanwhile, we keep ticking over, nice and slowly. I think what I'm going to do, King Anso the Fat declined. Basically declined to. He's the King of Navarre. Declined to assist us in the war. I wonder if I'm still fabricating claims. Yep, I'm still fabricating claims. One time the king would ask me to fight by his side. Now he leaves me to rot in Vexin, knowing full well that he can probably claim it with a de jure claim anyway. Weird. Anyway, I'm still trying to fabricate a claim in Dive, but it's not working. And Scotland find themselves in a touch of trouble as England maraud through their lands, and it looks like he's actually assaulting the holding as well. Yeah. It looks like England don't want to wait around here, trying to starve them out. He's actually assaulting big style here. Look at this, it's taking over by storm. 13% is the war score. Soon to increase even further when we capture this as well. And just like that, Northumberland is captured by England. And he now moves south to take care of this army that was besieging Durham. Again, this will add to the war score when he defeats this army. Scotland don't have a prayer, do they? Right, another child, Grace Fleming, our daughter. I think we're going to have her tutored by, as I say, we're going to have her tutored by this guy. He's not got the best stats, but A, she's my daughter, and therefore not as important as my sons under this succession law at the moment. And also, having good relations with him could prove useful if he's not already tutoring somebody. You already tutoring some people? No, he's not. Duke William of Gloucester. Why can't we do it? Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Maybe he's not bothered. Maybe he's not interested. Duchess of Gloucester. Go by rank. There he is. Excellent. And it's going to increase our relationship. So we're almost sacrificing our daughter's development in favour of a relationship with the Duke of Gloucester. just in case we manage to fabricate this claim. Any time in the near future would be nice. We can ask him to come across and assist us in the battle. And he should accept if we have a decent enough relationship. This army not quite as violent as this army, and is just choosing to starve out the settlements rather than assault them. So slowly and surely it will win the race, but just a little bit of time to wait is all. So King William the Conqueror living up to his namesake and conquering more land for the good of England. Under his reign, soon then we will have these two. We've got these added to the list. It's not a bad reign if you ask me. Not a bad reign at all. Right. Another child? Nope, it's the same child. Right. So, councillors, are you doing what you need to do? Yes, they are all doing what they need to do. The laws have been changed. Technology we're not touching. Military can't do anything just yet. There are no plots. Factions are going well. Nothing that we want to do, really. Demand duchy from liege. Oh, it was already paused. I thought it was ticking over. What does this mean? What duchy can I request? I think this could only if he did create the Duchy of Cornwall. I think I could use this option to ask or demand this duchy to be mine if he creates it. I think that's how it works, and because we've got a good opinion with him, he might accept it. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong here. Give me a bit of advice about that one. And he accepts to become guardian to my beloved Grace. Right, let's take a quick look at the children, how they're developing. Oh, lovely. So Ambrose is cynical and also deceitful. Well, isn't this going to be slightly interesting? We have one ruler who is patient, content, lustful and all the rest of it, and the next ruler could well be deceitful. Maybe a bit of intrigue coming into the mix. Yes, a slightly different style of leadership from Ambrose, fabricating claims left and centre, plotting and scheming to his heart's content. Another child, Bella. Well, you, my child, can be tutored by your own mother. Off you go. So what was I doing? Yes, I was looking at my children. So he's deceitful and he's cynical. Nice. William? Not bad stats for the second in line to the throne. Gracie, here she is, not doing too bad. Bela, hunchback. Rubbish. Look how many siblings he's got. All half-brothers and God knows, his mother slept around a lot. Zachariah. So all my children, not too shabby really. And look at Arthur, wow! Only 3 years old, and look at these stats. This is where elective succession law would be pretty useful, because if we had elective succession law, we would be voting for this guy to take over the throne. With these stats. Ah, King William the Conqueror has usurped the title County of Cumberland from the Duke Dolphin of Northumberland. So, there we go. Count of Cumberland. And the war is over. And as I say, I don't think it'll be too long before King William the Conqueror is after Northumberland. Because that is also rightfully his. The law says so. Right, building wise then. As you can see, there are some building icons here in my land, so somebody is building something. And it looks like Mayor Briac has finally pulled his finger out of his behind and is actually constructing something for the good of our county. Although the court chaplain, however, and Bishop of Saint-Germain doesn't appear to be doing the same thing. So, We could upgrade our castle village to a castle town. It's going to cost 120, but it will give us a further boost to our tax income, as also would a wooden palisade. So these two are our priorities at this moment in time, because they give us direct increase to taxation. Oh, that's actually quite an interesting turn here. The reason why is because Duke Robert, is he the son? No, he's a different Duke Robert. I thought it was the king's son joining a faction against him, but no, it's some other Duke. Duke Robert of York, of all places. I don't think he's related to the king in any way, but he's joined the faction. It means nothing to us. It means nothing. Your words mean nothing. You're dead to me. Oh, Mayor, why are you... Oh, the primogeniture succession law changes give us a little bit of a hit there. So we're not getting our maximum taxation, and that pains me. That pains me greatly. Okay, so we've progressed a few years. I think we've hit 5 years. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the session there. It's a nice steady pace to the session. A few developments. Nothing extremely major, but we're still working our way, tying ourselves to possible future happenings, increasing relations with the king, with our wife's father, all to try and, you know, further ourselves just in case certain events happen. If they don't happen, then they don't, but if they do happen, then we'll be prepared to make the most of them. The King of England has captured Cumberland, and his son usurped the Duchy of Flanders. So, all in all, a good day to be English. Our children continue. We have another young child in the mix. Good old Arthur Fleming, already 3 years old. Our son Ambrose is tutored by the King. William is tutored by me, and Grace is tutored by the Duke William of Hereford. Of Gloucester, sorry. My mistake. So, what's going to happen next time? Are we going to finally fabricate this claim in Dyford? Is the king going to create the Duchy of Cornwall and give it to us as a gift of his, you know, of our dedication to his cause? Find out next time. So until then, see you soon. Oh yes, and of course, if you've got any strategy tips, hints, what I should do if I'm missing something blatantly obvious to help further my development, then please leave a comment on the comments page or in my forums in the council thread. Thank you. I'll see you next time.